everyone, welcome back to my channel Happy High Tarot. If you're new here and like the video, do make sure to like, comment and subscribe. Hit the bell icon when you do that so that you can get notified about the next videos. Alright, so the topic for today's pick a card reading is, why did the person that you're thinking of right now leave you suddenly? Maybe you got ghosted, maybe they never told you the reason why they left, and you're stuck here wondering, where did you go wrong? So we're going to find out the answers to all those questions. This will be pile 1, this is pile 2, and this is pile 3. Pause the video, make your selection, and let's get right into it. Hello group 1. So if you chose this nail paint, let's see, why did the person that you're thinking about leave you suddenly? So we'll first look at the reasons, then we'll look at the future intentions towards you, and then we'll look at the guidance oracle that we have for you. So I'm going to put these aside for now. Alright, so from the tarot cards we have the 9 of Pentacles, the King of Pentacles, the 8 of Cups, the Empress, the 10 of Wands, the King of Wands in reverse, and Death. Group 1, I don't think there was any third party in the situation. Honestly, I don't see it anywhere over here. What I'm getting from these cards is that this person regarded you very highly. For them, you were the physical embodiment of the Empress. Very self-sufficient, very content with themselves. You might be a Libra, or you might be an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Regardless, they felt like they did not match up to you. You didn't necessarily have to be wealthy. Just the way you carried yourself, just the fact that you were so happy being yourself, they did not feel like that. Energetically, they did not feel that they matched up quite to this Empress status. Because the 9 of Pentacles is someone who's very happy, very content. And the Empresses, I mean, she's the boss lady. So they definitely had an intention to match up to you. They wanted to become this King of Pentacles just so that they could feel a little closer to having achieved the Emperor status perhaps. And because they were not quite here yet, they decided to walk away from the situation. Look how this man is walking away, turning his back towards all the love that is there. And I think that that is what happened. Because the fact that they felt they were not as good as you is what burdened them a lot. Maybe they felt like you had the upper hand in the relationship, although that was not the kind of signal you wanted to put out. You might have been more successful than them career-wise. And that just the fact that they did not quite match up to you is what burdened them a lot. Maybe they thought that you had a lot of expectations from them. Maybe they had a lot of expectations from themselves. And because they couldn't quite live up to it, they walked away. With the King of Wands being in reverse, it might have also been the case that after some point in your relationship, they just did not feel it anymore, you know. The passion that they once might have had for you, it just gradually faded away. And it might have got to do something with all these self-esteem issues that they were having. That might have had a role to play. They might be a Scorpio. But they did walk away. And the reason they walked away is so that they could build something new for themselves. And maybe they felt like they couldn't do that while they were with you. They might have been in the mindset that while they are with you, they can't quite get to the place where they want to be. Which isn't true, because when we're with our partner, they're usually very supportive and motivating. And you might have been such a person. Because the Empress is also very caring and nurturing and compassionate. So you had all these qualities, but because they had so many issues going on with their career, with their money, and maybe they had a lot of responsibilities as well, they decided that it would be best to walk away if they wanted a new beginning for themselves, so that they could get to this point. The King of Pentacles is upright and the King of Wands is in reverse. So that also tells me that once they made that decision, their priorities changed very quickly. Then their priority wasn't relationships, it became their career. Their priority at that point in time became their career. Yeah, I don't sense any third party over here, in case you had that doubt. They just felt like you were somewhere over here and they were over there. Maybe you didn't feel that way. Maybe for you they were sufficient, they were everything and more. But in their own eyes, they were nothing. Compared to you, at least, they were nothing. So they decided to shift their focus from love to career and thought that it would be best if they walk away. They could have done it with you, but they chose to do it without you. Well, I mean, it's their decision. Alright, now let's see. What do they feel for you currently? So we have the Nine of Swords, the Lovers upright, and the Two of Cups in reverse. So the fact that they walked away is giving them nightmares, is giving them a lot of tension, a lot of guilt, because they do see you as their soulmate. There is still a lot of love in their heart for you. It's one of those things where what upsets them, what causes them so much stress and tension is the fact that their soulmate is so much better than them. So how the hell are they an equal match? Yeah, I definitely sense deep self-esteem issues over here. They might have mentioned this to you as well, you know, when you guys were together. The Two of Cups is in reverse, and so this tells me that although there is love over here for you, there is currently no intention of reuniting with you. Because like I said, they don't see themselves quite there yet. And that is why, although for them you're their perfect match and their soulmate and they have so much love for you, they're not ready to come together with you just yet. They might also be an air sign, Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. But I mean, we have Cups, Wands, Pentacles, and Swords, all of them over here, so signs don't really matter. But in case you had any doubts about whether their feelings were genuine or not at all, so it's time to quash that, because they did love you, they still do. But they don't think that they're worthy of you. It's not the other way around, because they see you as everything. For them, you're a perfect 10 on 10. Someone who has everything, who has achieved everything in their life. But they're not there quite yet. Alright, now let's see what guidance do we have for you, group number 1. So the first thing that came out is Gaia, Earth connection. It says, be mindful of the planet, come back to Earth, stay grounded. And the second card is Healing Heart. It says, you're a powerful healer, keep up the great work. Notice how this card is for Gaia and then this card over here is green. What this tells me is that to take your mind off of the situation, you should spend more time in nature. I mean, I know right now we're all in a state of lockdown, but if you have a garden, so you should take walks out there. Maybe you have a green thumb and it's time to explore that. I think you've also started eventually taking your mind off of this. I mean, you still might think about it sometimes, which is why you clicked on this reading. But I think on your own, you've started to work on this. You've started to heal yourself, take your mind off of the situation. And I think you'll get there. You have the power to not just heal your wounds, but those of other people as well. So you might be a very good listener. You might be the agony aunt of your group, something like that. But Spirit is encouraging you to keep up this good work that you're doing of healing not only yourself, but also the people around you who might be going through something similar or different. So yeah, the guidance right now is to ground yourself. Not think too much about the situation, focus on yourself, improving yourself. I saw 1111 fits well with the soulmates card, but I mean, if he's not ready, he's not ready. What can you do? He or she. Alright, group number 1, that's all I have for you right now. I hope you liked it. If you did, please like, comment and subscribe. I'll see you next time. Bye. Hello, group number 2. So if you chose this nail paint, let's see, why did the person leave you? First we look at why they left, then we'll see what are they currently feeling about you, and then we will look at the guidance that we have for you from the oracle cards. So I'm going to put them aside. Let's start with your tarot cards. So the first card that we have is the Queen of Wands. Then we have the Ten of Cups, the Tower, the Seven of Pentacles, which I clarified with the Queen of Pentacles, the Seven of Cups, and the Three of Swords. Not the best cards, I mean these three, but let's see. So I'm going to start off with you, group number 2. You might be an Aries, Leo, or a Sagittarius. You had a lot of love and passion for this person. You might be someone who is very popular in their social group, very fiercely independent. You might be someone who has a business of their own. What you wanted to have with this person was very wholesome on all levels. You wanted to start a family with them. They were your ultimate source of happiness. If you were not married to them, I definitely think that what you were looking towards, I mean, she's facing over here, and then the next card that we had was the Ten of Cups. So I think that in the future, you wanted for yourself and this person a happy family, a happy married life where you had everything. There was no shortage of love, of money, of abundance. This is where you wanted to get at with this person. And this is where you were focusing. This was your vision for the future. But then came the Tower in your relationship, which was them going away suddenly. And it was, I mean, Tower moments are always very sudden. So their exit from your life was very sudden. Maybe you weren't expecting it and it just happened and you were taken aback. It's followed by the Seven of Swords, which is the card of lying, manipulating, and deception. And I clarified it and got the Queen of Pentacles. And you are here as the Queen of Wands. So this might have been another woman in this person's life which you were not aware of. They hid her very well. Maybe you know her, but they might have introduced her as some distant cousin or just a friend, and you never suspected anything. But in all probability, they were cheating on you with this other woman. And then we have the Seven of Cups, which means that not just her, but apart from her also he or she, they had many options. And one sadly interesting fact that I want you to take a look at is how you are looking at this Ten of Cups. This is where your focus was. But this person's focus, as you can see, was at the options that he had. This is where he is looking at all the possible alternatives. He or she did not want to put all their eggs in just one basket. They wanted to explore. They did not want to settle down. Maybe you might have been very, very trusting of this person, which is why it was relatively easy for them to hide the fact that there was someone else. They had a side chick, which you did not know of. And they just left suddenly and outright broke your heart. Big, big player energy. You, group number 2, are very naive. Very social, very independent and everything, but also very, very trusting and very pure and very innocent. Maybe that's why it was so easy for this person to lie to you, to deceive you, and you never saw it coming. You never could have guessed, because maybe to your face they were being the best boyfriend or best girlfriend ever, and behind your back this is what was going on. Exploration. And that's not fair if you had invested so much in them. It's indeed very, very sad. And I can literally feel your sadness through the screen. I cannot imagine. Because obviously, if you were so focused on starting a new life with them, you were obviously under the impression that things are going very smoothly and that there was no shortage of anything. There was love, there was passion. According to you, everything was going very great, which is why when they left so suddenly, you were devastated. They managed to trick you in an epic way. Because they were obviously treating you very nicely, which is why you were so sure of the fact that this is what the next step in the relationship would be. And you never saw it coming. And maybe till date you were not aware that they had a side chick. But now you know that this is what they were hiding. Or maybe you might have noticed that they had a wandering eye, but you never made a lot of it. You might have let it go a couple of times. Because you seem to be someone who was very trusting, and they seem to be the kind of person who knew that and took undue advantage of that. Alright, now let's see what do they feel for you currently. So for that we have the King of Cups in reverse, the Nine of Swords, the Page of Pentacles upright, and the Two of Swords in reverse, clarifying the Page of Pentacles upright. I don't think they really have a lot of love left for you, because the King of Cups over here is in reverse, and I know it sounds horrible, but this person treated you so poorly. honestly, if you ask me, I would say good riddance, because once a cheater, always a cheater. That's what I believe in. Your motto might be different, but when they think about you, they don't feel a lot of love. They don't. They also think that you're still stuck on them, still stuck in the situation. That they might be aware of the fact that you haven't quite moved on from them. They must have gotten to know through some friends that you're still single perhaps, or that you're not actively dating. They also definitely, every time, if at all, they think about you, they think how easy it was to fool you because you were blinded by their love. All these swords around you, you couldn't see them. You could have walked out of the situation, but you didn't. Because the Eight of Swords is a card of self-created problems. So they think that if you wanted, you could have gotten out of it, but you didn't. And how I would interpret it right now is that they knew that you were blinded by their love, which is why it was so easy for them to deceive you. They think that you might be expecting them to come back to you with an offer, because according to them, you're still stuck on them, and you might be hoping that they would return to you with an apology or an offer, which is why I thought that I should clarify this card, whether this will actually happen or not. And the Two of Swords fell out in reverse, so that tells me that the chances of this happening are very slim, because the Two of Swords in reverse is a card of stalemate. So not only do they not feel much of love for you, they also have no intentions of returning to you with any sort of offer. And I don't see them being apologetic either. That's... my heart goes out to you, group number 2. You did nothing to deserve this. Alright, let's see what is the guidance that we have for you. So the first card is Sacred Self. Unleash your spirit, express your gifts, dance to the sacred rhythm of life. And then we have Worthiness, which says, know that you deserve to receive good in all ways. Maybe after this person left, you felt worthless. You felt that it probably had got to do something with yourself. Perhaps you had found out about this other person or other persons, and you thought that you did not compare to them, and that is why this person left. But Spirit wants you to know that it was not your fault at all, and that you're very, very worthy of receiving pure, genuine love. And that you deserve to be in a relationship where the person treats you right and respects you and gives you and just you all their love. So any doubts that you have about yourself, it's time to put them at bay. And then this one over here says that it is time that you express your gifts. So maybe to take your mind off of the situation, you need to explore whatever creative talents that you have. It might be reading, writing, singing, whatever it is. Focus on your creative skills to take your mind off of this situation. You might be seeing a lot of white birds around you. Every time you do, know that Spirit is with you. Your angels are with you in those moments. Alright, I'm really sorry, group number 2. This is all I have for you. I hope it gave you some clarity. And I hope you get over this quickly, because nobody deserves to be with a person who goes behind their back and takes undue advantage of the fact that you love them so much. You don't deserve it. Bye. Hi guys, so if you chose group number 3, this nail paint, let us see why did the person that you're thinking about right now leave you. So first we'll take a look at why this person left you, then we'll see what are they thinking about you currently, and then the guidance that we have for you. Take what resonates and leave the rest. So we'll start with the tarot cards. First we have the 3 of Cups, clarified by the Queen of Swords, the 10 of Swords, the 4 of Swords, 2 of Wands, 7 of Wands, and the Hermit. Group number 3, I'm picking 2 different situations over here. The first is that there was definitely a third party situation, which, I mean, it was they outright backstabbed you, if that is the case. And then very conveniently, they left the situation, and they're pretty peaceful about it. They might have traveled to another city or another country altogether. And you might have tried to communicate with them. I think they blocked you. And now they're in the state of the Hermit, where they're not really in touch with you. You don't know what's up with them. And they're very, very closed off to you. And if you are not an Aries individual, an air sign individual, Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, then this might have been the person with whom they cheated on you. A Gemini, Libra, Aquarius person, man or woman. But for the other half of you, what I'm getting is that your relationship was going pretty smoothly, there was a lot of harmony in it, until a very, 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 very heated exchange of words, which probably came from you. You might have accused them of cheating on you, although they weren't. Or you might have said something very, very hurtful to them along those lines. And when you did that, they felt very wounded. And they thought that they can't take it anymore and decided to leave the situation. Maybe you were the kind of person who was always doubting them and they just had enough. Some conversation for them was the last straw. You pulled the last straw and then they left, moved away. And you might have tried to tear down their walls post that, but you couldn't achieve that unsuccessfully. And now they're in this very, very strong Hermit energy where they're very closed off to you. So it is either situation A or situation B. Situation A, where they were cheating on you with an air sign individual, and situation B is where you accused them of cheating on you even though they weren't, and because they were so sick and tired of all these constant allegations, they felt so hurt by that they decided to just walk away for their own peace of mind. So whatever applies to you. They might be a fire sign. Alright, now let's see what are they thinking about you currently. So for that we have the Fool, the Queen of Cups, and the Star. So that is why I said I think for the most of you it is situation B, where it is because of something that you said that they walked away. Because I still think that they see you as a very loving, as a very, very loving individual. And they want to have a new beginning with you, and they're very hopeful that someday in the future they might get an opportunity to have this new beginning with you. You might be the kind of person who switches between both these modes, Some days you're very emotional, and some days you're just outright out there to get anyone who comes in your way. You might have calmed down since then, which is why now you're appearing to them in this Queen of Cups energy. They must have realized that your anger has faded away. Regardless, they see you as very caring and loving and nurturing. And it is their wish and their ultimate, they still have a lot of faith in this connection. Their wishful thinking involves getting together with you and having a new beginning with you, provided that you greet them in this state and not in this state. And for those of you who resonated more with the first situation where they were cheating on you, then this might have been the person they cheated on you with, the Queen of Swords, and this might be your energy, the Queen of Cups. So if it is situation A that resonates with you, then in that case, they are hoping that you would forgive them and that you guys can get back together again. But it's a very distant dream, and it totally depends upon you whether you would want to give them a second chance or not. They might also feel like you're still hoping that things can work out. But yeah, it's so confusing. Maybe this person themselves was very confusing, group number 3. They always had you confused. You could never guess what was going on with them. You could never successfully tear down their walls. But for the most of you, I'm getting that they decided to walk away because of a very heated argument regarding a third person. Maybe it was some friend of theirs who was very close to them, and you were always questioning their equation with them. And they reached their breaking point. But they still have a lot of love left. Alright, let's see what is the guidance that we have for you. So we have open communication, get a weight off your chest, speak up with love and be heard. Divine magic, extra magical energy surrounds your situation right now, expect miracles. Wow, so we have the Star card, and then we have the expect miracles over here. So yeah, the situation might take a turn for the better, miraculously. You might not even be expecting it. With open communication, I think that if they left because of something that you said, I think you should speak up and apologize. And maybe make them realize through your communication this time around that you have come out of this energy and now you're in this energy. They see you as the Queen of Cups, but you need to show it to them that you're not mad at them anymore. And maybe that is what will turn things around. And a miracle might occur, and you might get a new beginning with them. So the future looks very promising, group number 3, so that's good. I hope this gave you some clarity, and I'll see you next time. Bye.